Okay, here's my notes to make the video. Um, okay, I want to respond to this guy. I think his heart was in the right place. And some small facets I agree with him about Jesus conflicting with religion, but it's Jesus conflicting with perverted religion. It isn't true that all religion is bad. It's the perversion of religion that's bad. He says religion causes wars. That's not true. We cause wars. We pervert religion. We're the ones that have all the killing and the judgmentalism and the snootiness and the warfare and all this kind of stuff. We do that. I believe God wants us to fight amongst ourselves over religion, but just don't torture and kill each other. We can agree to disagree. I'll say my 2 cents, you say your 2 cents, see if we can convert each other or the third person listening, and everybody goes home. He said that religion can build huge towers and churches, but can't feed the poor. Poverty is far more of a complex issue than wealth redistribution. Because if that was true, we'd have eliminated poverty a long time ago. I've seen a conservative source that said we've spent $40 trillion on social spending in the history of this nation. I mean, if $40 trillion can't get rid of a purely fiscal issue, nothing can. You just as soon say, why can't churches get rid of rape or murder? I mean, it's indication of problems in society and sin and everything. So now, if he was trying to make some kind of a case that churches should focus on feeding the poor more than getting a brand new gold-plated casing for their bulletins in their church building, then yeah, fine. But it's a little skewed, because he was trying to say that pretty much any church with a building can be found in contempt for not feeding the poor instead of building a huge building. He talked about behavior modification. It's in the Bible. A lot of people, there's different passages. I've seen different denominations conflict over this. One of them says that your actions don't save you. It's your faith. Some people pervert that into a once saved, always saved doctrine, which I don't agree with. There's another passage in the Bible that says that your actions are an indication of your faith, because faith without works is dead. So the actions have a role, just not a primary role. It's usually an indication, and your faith is the primary role. So that gets a little complex and different. I've seen different denominations fight amongst themselves over that. And he denounced porn and denounced getting wasted on the weekend, which is good, but the minute you start doing that, you're getting into doctrine and therefore religion. So it's impossible to have Jesus without religion, because when you start defining Jesus, that's religion. He was talking about what this guy's against is doctrine bloat. And bloated doctrine so bloated that it falls on itself and contradicts itself. That I agree with him. So it's the perversion of religion, or perverted religion. Jesus didn't hate religion, and it's not just blindly following rules. Now the thing about, as I've been taught as a Christian about Judaism, however you pronounce it, was that it was a direct relationship between the people and God. Moses was a prophet. Moses wasn't God, like Christians believe Jesus was. So there were, and I've read a while back the first book in the Old Testament, Genesis, I think. There were, I think the count was over 600 rules to follow regarding behavior and what do you do for contingency plan after you sin. One of them was like sacrifice a bull. If you don't have a bull, sacrifice a smaller animal. If you don't have a smaller animal, have like it was different assortments of property and food or something like along those lines. I'm botching all this up. I haven't read Genesis in a while. I don't want to misquote it and get it all messed up. But you have to perform some type of a sacrifice. Christians believe Jesus was the slain, unblemished lamb, and he was the sacrifice. So it's actually sticking true to Christianity's Jewish roots. But the problem was that according to Christianity, that there needed to be an intercessor, Jesus Christ. He was the sacrifice, the unblemished lamb, to go in between man and God, so man wasn't reacting with God directly, because then man would perish, because man sins. We're all sinners. This guy said religion is man-made. Jesus founded Christianity. It's a religion. It's not man-made. He's talking about doctrine, bloat, or perversion of religion. So it gets a little tricky. And a lot of people say, well, I don't need religion. I think for myself. Whatever frame of reference you use to judge the universe by and to guide your actions in everyday life, that's your religion, even if you're an atheist. So everyone does have religion. It's just sometimes it's more obvious or more organized than others. In summation, I think this guy had his heart in the right place, because over the years, as a lot of people have seen, he's seen self-righteous people with doctrine bloat. They treat their denominations as a gang color, and they judge other denominations. I'm going to go to heaven, you're going to burn hell, and so forth. Self-righteousness and that kind of stuff. People never put themselves in check. But I think he overreached whenever he says he hated religion. It's a perversion of religion we're supposed to hate.